Well, hey everyone, and welcome to the next video in the animation part of the character select tutorial. This one is going to be video 4 of the animation part. So, in the last video we went and set up blend trees so we could get our male townsfolk person to be able to walk in multiple different directions. And when he walks in those directions, he's able to stay facing in that specific direction. We'll go ahead and select him, so if we walk up and let go, he faces up. Walk down, faces down, walk left, stops left, walks right, stops right. Awesome. So now what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and do all this same behavior for our female character. If you'd like to add new characters in here, different sprites, you'll be able to just do what I'm getting ready to show you by using something called an Animator override controller. So what you do is go into the animation folder, right click, create, do Animator override controller. Awesome. Right here we're gonna call it female animator controller. Okay. And now what we need to do is in this controller, we're going to go ahead and add the male animator controller there. Okay? You're probably thinking to yourself, oh man, what's happening? I'm getting ready to show you. First of all, let's go ahead and make our animations for our female, and then I'll get into explaining all of this in a moment. But first, let's go back to our sprites. For our male's town, female town person. Alright, so we'll come into here. This is going to be her face down idle. So what we can do is click this, multiple select, go over here. It's going to create an animation. This is actually going to be our face down idle for the female. So we can actually just click on that and rename it. Female face down idle. Spell female right. Save it. Cool, so it's popped up into the scene. We need to make sure we go into the animation over here. Close this door right there. Okay, that's at the side. Go ahead and look into here. We have two sprites. Okay, so this is the idle. We only have the one sprite in there. Oh, we got the two. Because this. So we don't want the walk animation. Delete it. Move it to the left. This is the face down idle. So we'll go into here. Delete it. Save it. Now we can click here. Now we want to do the okay, so we got that's gonna be our face down, the walk. Okay, so we'll do our left. Just click that and then any other animation, no big deal. Come into here. This is gonna be our female face left for idle. Take this out. Female. Come right here, delete this one. Save it. You can do this. You can delete it. Okay, so that was our left. Now we can take at least the base sprite there where she's facing to the right, go into animations, male face right idle, and then we're going to change it to female right idle. Come into here, delete the walk animation, need it. Go ahead and delete this, save it. I believe we just need the up now. Here is our up animation. Okay. Here. So we got the female down idle, left idle, right idle, need the up idle. This. Female, up idle, like this. Go into the animator, delete the one where she's walking. You can delete that from the scene. Delete it. Save it. Now, we'll do those just for a moment because I want to show you something. We'll go into here. All these town folks ones that deleted, you can delete them. We don't need all those extra controllers. We're not going to need all of that at all. So awesome. This. Cool. So we got our 4 animations. So what we can do is, just to test this out, so we got our animator controller here, and we want to override the male animator controller. So instead of male face down, we're going to do female face down idle. Instead of left idle, we're going to do male face, we're going to female face. We're overriding the male with the right idle, and then the up idle will go in the place of this. Okay, so now we can go, that's how it's going to work. We'll go back and create the other animations really quick. Over here, male townsfolk. What we're going to need is, we're going to need one for walking down. So we'll need that one, this one, and this one. Those are our 3 walk animations. Up here, new animation. This one's going to be female walk down. Like this. You can leave all of them in there like it is. That's perfectly fine the way it is. And then delete it, because it created the animation for us. Okay. Coming down to the 4th one, that's the left. Oh, that one. One of those 2. Oh, you know what? Matter of fact, nope, we gotta fix something real quick. Go back into the animations. Go back into a female walk down. Delete this one. We don't want it to idle. Or do we? Did we do that for the male? Male face down idle. Male walk down. You know what? We did do it for the male down. You know what? We're gonna keep that. Never mind. Just want to remain consistent. Okay, so we just did the down. Now we need to do the left. So that's the left face, along with a left step and another that. Okay. This here is going to be the walk left for the female. Walk left here. Yes, you walk left. Edit. Delete it. We got it already. Now we can do the right to the right. Oh, not that one. Goes into the screen. It's going to create a animator. This one's going to be walk right. Female walk right. Into here. That's what we want. Here. Now that it created it. And then one more. Whenever we walk up, that one and that one. Yep. So that one, this one, and this one. That's what we need. Up and down have 3 sprites. Left and right only have 2. Because that's what we want. We want to be able to do that to remain consistent. I'll bring these in here. Animation. Or you can just use these 2 if you want. It doesn't matter. I prefer to start with this because it moves up, down. So when it loops back from here to here, it loops back into a stance. This is going to be the walk up. So we'll do male walk up. We'll rename it to female walk up. Like this. Save it. They're going to show up in there. That's what we want. We'll delete this. Close this. Go back in animation. It created all these controllers. You can delete them. This. Bam. Now you got all these animations. So we'll go back into the female animator controller. And we'll go and set it up. So male walk up, walk down is going to be the female walk down. Male walk left is going to be female walk left. Male walk right is going to be female walk right. Male walk up is going to be female walk up. Come on, you gotta click. This one. No, it's not clicking. Alright, fine. There you go. Alright, so we got the walk-ups and we got the walks and the idles. So, what we're saying is we created a controller specifically for the female that we want to do the exact same thing the male does, except we just want to change the sprite. So all we did was we used the male's animator controller, but gave but gave new animation clips. And the way you can verify that is you go into here. You have male animator. You notice how it's not changing? Look, animation, male animator controller. Click here. It's like this was empty. And then whenever I inserted this, so like I don't want to take that out because it's probably going to just erase everything. So, but this was completely blank. This was an empty animator. And then whenever I drug in the male animator controller into here, you know, I'll do it just to show you real quick. So we'll do this and we'll do none. Okay, why is this working? So, animation, back out, animator, male animator. I don't know. I don't know why it won't show for you. Weird. Was it maybe? Window, animation, animator. Okay, you see how it's blank? There you go. Now you click on this, you see how this animator has all this stuff in it? We come into here, remember it was blank. We come into here, drag this animator controller in here. Now she's going to be able to do all that stuff. I mean, I got to go and do all this again, but I'll make it quick. So, face down, idle. Left, idle. Face right, idle. It was just to show you guys like how it works like that. So we'll do up, idle. Now we'll do walk down. Left, right, up. Okay, now we can save it. So now we go into here and we choose. We have to go one more thing. We have to make sure we go to the female over here and we give her her animator control. She is the female animator controller. So all we did was create her animation clips, drug them into this animator controller, and took the animator controller and put it on her prefab. So this is saying, hey, I'm the female character. I'm level 1. My name is Bonnie. I'm a human. This is what I look like as a sprite, and this is my animator controller. This is me. That's what this is saying. And it's the same thing when you go click on Bob. So if we go into here and we click on the woman, you should be able to do every single thing the guy can do. We should be able to walk and let go. We should be able to walk down and let go. Walk to the left and let go. Walk to the right, let go. You see how powerful that can be? The only time this could be a bit of a thing is, for one, this works really well if you have a game where you want to make NPCs where all of them literally just do the same thing. They just walk around or whatever they do. They have all the same kind of states and everything. The only thing this would be a bit more difficult is if for some reason you want to have a character that's going to have other kinds of animations inside of their animator that the other person wouldn't have. At that point, you would just be able to go and create their own animator for them. But this is essentially how you use the override animator controller to avoid having to go in there and have to rewrite all of this and all of this. You didn't have to rewrite it. All you had to do was just come into here and create her animations. That's it. With her animator controller, and then drag everything in. Now, if this is something that you want to change right there, like if it just seems kind of to you, technically, you can go into the male controller. Okay, because if I'm not mistaken, this is the female. So in the male controller, what you can do is, this is idle, and this is movement. You can change I think you change these names. Idle, face down. So we know it's the male first, but I mean, there's another way you can do it. You wanted to name it to like NPC. Let's try renaming one. What happens? So if we do this, we'll open up this one. Let's try renaming one. What happens if we rename this to like just face down idle, just NPC or like base. This is the basic face down idle. If we do this, let's see what happens. So now we can go into the animator. See what happens. We got base face down idle. Let's go into hers. Base face down idle. So we can go in and actually change all. So you can go in there and change all of it if you want. Okay, just to not confuse anybody. All I did was rename the male to base because basically this would be like your base animator controller. Like I want every character to be on this. So you would rename this to base animator controller. You would rename this to base animator controller, rename all this to base. So what would happen is, from now on, you would create a male animator override controller like you did here. You would drag in base animator controller, and then it would say base face down idle, base face left idle, all the way down. And then you would drag in the animations for that one. That's if you want to look at it from a generic standpoint. We were all coding this together, or at least you were watching it. I'm gonna change this back so nobody freaks out about what happened. But it's something that, for naming convention purposes, it's like you would want to make a base movement, and that's exactly what that is. Yeah, that is it. Also, before I go, if for some reason also notice that all of them move the same speed. If you want them to have different speed variations, you don't have to put this speed variable. You can leave this speed variable in here as a private variable, and you can go into the character data, and you can go in here and set a public variable for speed. So that would mean inside of that means if you go into Unity, and then you go to female, you would have a speed field here. You can take the speed variable, type it in like Bonnie can walk 5. The man can walk 4, so he walks slower. Then all you would do is inside the code, you would go inside of here, set your speed like you did before, and when you go to the character component, your movement speed would be a private variable, and then you would set the movement speed in here to whatever the character data's .speed is. Another good convention is to take cache your variables. What I mean by that is, instead of whenever you do get component, you do sprite renderer dot whatever, you're actually searching to find this component, when all you have to do is you can just do it this one time and you have the animator. Now you have reference to this. But later on, if I wouldn't have did this here, I would have had to do this dot get component dot runtime animator controller equals this. And then I would have to go down here and say this dot animator controller dot set float, this dot animator controller dot set float. You're just making so many calls for no reason. It's not that big of a deal here for sprite render because you're only calling it once. But to remain consistent and to help you understand better, you want to be able to do this too. So you just cache it. So basically on start, the one time you call start, boom, you're just grabbing components. So this shouldn't be set to this dot get component. Sprite renderer. And on the next line, this dot sprite renderer dot sprite is set to that. So this is essentially what you would do. Like that. And that's pretty much it. This will be it for this video. I enjoyed making this video. I'm glad all of you were willing to get involved with it and let me know what you wanted to see, and Animations is one of the few things that I have done a whole lot of, but I've messed with them a deal, but not a whole lot. So this was actually fun to really do. Hope you guys can go out and have a lot of fun with it now. Now you got some characters in there that'll move around and they animate. So, but hope y'all all keeping safe. Pray y'all enjoy the weekend that's coming up. Enjoy the days. Be blessed. Pray blessings over all of you and your family, spiritually, physically, mentally, emotionally, and in great health. And you guys want to see any more videos, you let me know. And I will talk to y'all later. All right. Bye.